Hi everyone. Today's session is going to focus on targeting those muscles that you use when you run. So really perfect for post-run and for stretching it out. But even if you're not doing much running, this will be a really lovely 15-minute stretch out for all of really like the main muscle groups in your body. So we're going to make a start by coming to a kneeling position. And then from your kneeling position, you're going to bring your hands down and tuck your toes. So this position is otherwise known as fire toes, and I think you'll see why in a minute. But one area that we tend to forget about when we stretch out after running is our feet. And obviously our feet are so important, and we very rarely stretch out our toes. So to make it easier, you can keep your hands on the ground. But if you want to intensify this, you can just come back and sit upright. So you want to really spread your toes wide here. And then just see if you can allow yourself to relax. Perhaps closing your eyes here. And bring your awareness to your breath. Just breathing into the sensations you can feel in your toes. And if it gets too much at any point, you can just come forward and lessen the intensity by bringing your hands down. Notice if you're bringing any tension into any other areas of your body. And see if you can release with each exhale. Can you make this almost into a meditation? Making that commitment to stay despite the discomfort. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And then let's come forward onto our hands. And then let's start to tap out our feet. Feels really necessary after that. And then we're going to come back onto our knees. Now the next thing we're going to do is lift up our knees. So we're starting to stretch out the fronts of the feet now and the ankles. If you want to intensify it, perhaps you could bring your hands to your heart in prayer. To lessen the intensity, bring your hands down. And then we're just going to stay here once again, connecting to our breath. Tuning in to how you're feeling. Slowing everything down. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And then drawing the knees back down to the ground. Place your hands down and separate the knees to hip distance apart. Take a couple of moves with the hips from side to side. Feeling into your breath, feeling into the sides of your body. And then finding stillness in your all fours position. From here, let's start to engage through the core and start to press out of your hands. So you may find that you actually grow that little bit taller. And then just keeping that activity for a moment, notice the difference it makes to your core when you press out of your hands and you press down into your knees and your feet and you lift everything up. Staying here, take a breath in and take a breath out. And then breathing in, we're going to come to our cow. So you're allowing the chest to fan open as you lift your gaze. And then exhale, round through your back, making your cat. Breathing in, cow. Breathing out, cat. So continue with these two movements. So we're getting a little spinal mobility in here, which can feel so nice post-run when we have been shock absorbing through our feet, our hips, and all the way up into our spine. So just really nice here just to ease it out. Lengthening through the front body with your cow. And then lengthening into your back body with your cat. Let's go one more time. Breathing in, cow. Breathing out, cat. From here, coming back to your all fours position. And then you're going to, once again, draw in through your core. Feel everything nice and engaged as you press the ground away. Draw your right leg back and just rock forward and back, pressing down and fanning your toes wide. So really stretch out all the way from your feet, down the backs of the calf, all the way up the thigh. And then hold it there, really stretching back with your ankle, drawing your ankle down in the direction of your mat. Staying here another couple of breaths. And then stepping the right foot forward between the hands. You could come up onto blocks here, or you could bring your hand to your thigh. Press down through the front foot. Really keep engaged through that front leg. And then feel like you're lifting up with the crown of your head. Maybe almost drawing the body back. But what I want you to do is, rather than just collapsing down, feel like you're lifting up through your hips. Your glutes are engaged at the back. So there's that real sense of engagement here to open up through that front hip on the left. Coming back to your breath. Staying here for one more breath. And then bringing hands down or hands onto blocks. Start to straighten the front leg. We're going to come into our half splits position. So draw your hips back. Press down through that front heel and keep active in the front toes in that right foot. So imagine you're drawing your toes up to the ceiling. You could stay here, or you could bend over the leg. But feel like you're lifting up through the front of your chest rather than just drawing the body down. Feel like you're drawing your chest forward. Lovely, everyone. And then press down into this foot. You could grab a block and place it under the heel here of your right foot. We're going to take our Skandasana. So I have to turn my back to you. But you're going to bend into that right leg, straighten the left and draw the toes up to the ceiling. Now hands could either be down on the mat, or you could bring your hands into prayer and press that right elbow against the inner part of that right knee. Encouraging your bottom down to the ground. If it feels like too much, you could sit on a block. Crown of your head lifting to the sky. And then hands come back down to the mat. Frame your front foot. And then step it back and take it back down to an all fours position. From here, left leg extends back and rock forward and back, stretching out the back of the leg and the foot on the left. And then finding stillness as you press your toes down, fanning them wide. Feeling that beautiful stretch down the calf. Lengthening the breath in and out of your nose the whole time. And then stepping the left foot forward between the hands, making your low lunge on this side, hands either on blocks or on the thigh. Active through the glutes. As you lift up through the crown of your head, no collapsing into that front hip. Right glutes are really active here and pressing down into that front foot. What tends to happen here if we're not careful is we tense up through our jaw or bring tension into our shoulders. So keep your upper body nice and relaxed. Face nice and relaxed. And then bring your hands down. And from here, travel those hands back towards you and come into your little half splits position here. Chest drawing forward and lifting. Toes fanning wide at the front and lifting up to the sky. Nice and active through that front leg as you drive the heel down. Beautiful, traveling forward. Then we're going to come into our little Skandasana here. So now left leg is bent, right leg is stretched out. So just take a while, just find your position here, where if you need to maneuver a bit. Either you could bring something under that heel if it doesn't meet the ground. You could have it raised, but that may feel more uncomfortable. And then we are thinking about turning this hip out and opening it up. So your toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Hands can remain here, or they could come back into prayer. So it's that sense of lifting your chest. Softening through the jaw. Taking one more breath. Beautiful, everyone. Hands come back to the mat. Slowly transitioning out. There's no other way. And then let's step the left foot back into our all fours position. From here, pressing into your hands, peeling the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. Feeling that stretch down the backs of the legs. All the way down your spine. So you've really got this beautiful full body stretch in your downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide, hug your upper arm bones in close to your ears, and then relax the head and neck. Tailbone lifts to the sky, legs straight or bent, doesn't matter. Eventually we're straightening our legs out. Taking one more breath here. And then knees come down. Crossing over at the ankles, bring your bottom down and draw the legs out in front of you. Separate the flesh away from your seat. And then start to draw this right foot in towards the thigh. Foot presses down gently against the inner part of the thigh. Reach your arms up. And then exhale, coming forward. So once again, you could have your hands on blocks. You could have the hands resting on the floor or perhaps holding onto the foot. Coming back to your breath. And then traveling back up. From here, drawing your knee back in. And then you're going to bring the knee across the body. And then we're going to do the same thing. This will give you that stretch down the IT band and the outer edge of your hip. So when you're ready, reaching up. And then exhale, coming forward.
Keep that right leg really active by flexing through your right foot and pressing that right heel down into the ground. You could always take a different variation of pigeon if this doesn't feel like it's hitting the spot for you. We'll feel things in slightly different places when we take these pigeon variations. Let's come back up, and then from here, extending the right leg, let's draw the left leg in, press the foot gently against the right thigh, and then reach those arms up to the sky. So my leg on the right is really active here. And then reach, reach, reach forward, come down to wherever you feel comfortable. Exhale, forward fold, softening everything down. With each exhale, breathing into those tight spots. And releasing down. Walking the hand back up to your body, and then let's take the leg over, drawing the knee across. And then when you're ready, let's reach our arms up. Exhale, come down. Walking the hands back up towards the body, drawing the legs and feet together now, opening your knees wide, taking your little Baddha Konasana, your bound angle pose. So hands perhaps holding on to the feet, and then maybe this is enough, or maybe you want to start to draw your body forward and down. Breathing into that length in your breath, and breathing out, softening down. And walking your hands back towards your body, gently drawing the knees back together. And then let's sit in our easy cross-legged position. Bringing your hands to rest either on the legs or palms facing up. Closing your eyes. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths where you breathe in through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Breathing in. And then just staying here for as long as you can. This is where I leave you, my friends. See you next time.